Good morning, everyone. This is Paul Schultz, and welcome to the 2017 TLC conference. And I am excited to be the host for this next presentation entitled Building on Excellence, a University Honors College at Ashford University. And we are honored to be able to have Dr. Eric Klein with us here today. And we will be taking questions in the chat room during this presentation. So please feel free to participate. Eric will be answering those questions throughout his presentation. So we are excited, and let's go ahead and welcome Dr. Eric Klein.
Well, thanks so much, Paul, for the very warm and enthusiastic welcome, and thanks to all of you for joining us this morning. I'm excited to talk about the Honors College and share some updates that have transpired over the past few months. I also recognize it's very early still for those of us on the West Coast, so I've got my coffee with me, and I hope you have your coffee, tea, or beverage of choice with you this morning as well. And again, just thank you for joining us. So I want to provide an update an overview basically on the Honors College and where we are to date. And it's time for lunch, Gabe. That's a great point where you are. So feel free to grab lunch and enjoy your lunch during the course of this talk. So we officially launched the Honors College on May 30th, 2017. So we're approaching almost the 6th month anniversary of our launch. And we are currently up to 146 accepted students. So not bad for only having launched 6 months ago. And in fact, the faculty and staff group task force that worked on the Honors College only began really working on it in January. So within just a period of a few months, we launched this college. And as of today, we're up to 146 students. It's open to undergraduate students in all majors, and I'm proud to say we have students in just about every single major at Ashford University, which is really exciting, in particular because it just makes it all the more interdisciplinary, and it's fun to see students across all backgrounds and all academic disciplines interact and share their perspectives. There are many benefits to the Honors College, and I'll get into this a little bit more in depth throughout the presentation, but overall, we've got 6 unique courses. It's a supportive community of like-minded, high-achieving peers. We offer special events. We offer increased engagement with faculty and staff. And one of the most common questions we get is, because we're offering more, does it cost more? And the answer is no, it doesn't cost any more. And you can see by the graphic on the right-hand side, this graphic was produced when we had 144 students enrolled at the time. But you can see the breakdown of the Honors College, and it remains pretty much the same. It's 78% female, 22% male. The average incoming GPA of an Honors College student is 3.90. You see the average, you see the age range of students when they enter the Honors College, as well as the top 5 majors. And then you see also the breakdown by college, and you can see again we have representation across all 4 colleges. I put the mission of the Honors College on the left-hand side, and we are really just so excited as faculty and staff to offer an opportunity for our truly exceptional students. We call them almost academic all-stars, students that want additional learning opportunities both inside and outside of the classroom that focus on themes like leadership and innovation and civic responsibility. One of the most popular questions I get is, well, I understand how an honors college might benefit students, but also how does it benefit Ashford University? And I've listed a few of those ways on the screen. One is that it's truly a differentiator in the online higher education marketplace. In fact, Ashford is still the only online university to offer an honors college at this time. There are honors colleges and programs offered at institutions such as Grand Canyon University and Southern New Hampshire University, but their honors experiences are offered solely to their on-campus students. So this really is a unique differentiator. In the course of developing the Honors College, I also wanted to share with you that we solicited quite a bit of student feedback, both current student feedback and prospective student feedback from our corporate partnerships and the community colleges in which we tend to attract the most students. And they gave us a lot of very valuable feedback and information about what would be attractive about an honors college, and we tried to include that. But they also mentioned that, yes, an honors college would perhaps make the difference of whether or not they would attend Ashford or a different university. And as I mentioned, it really is an opportunity to offer our current achiever students, so our students with very high GPAs, as well as our striver students, so our students who maybe have a B plus average, and want to elevate their learning experience. It gives them something to strive for, to meet the GPA and other requirements to join the Honors College. And then the other benefits that we anticipate seeing are, one, enrollment growth. As I mentioned, we already have 146 students, which is fantastic. But we also expect this to be a primary retention and graduation driver. And so we're looking to improve student retention, improve student graduation rates, and we expect these students to retain and graduate at very high levels. And we're seeing that so far. I've put on the screen, sorry for so many words on the screen, but I wanted to list the variety of student benefits that we're offering at this point in time. And I'm gonna give kind of a sneak preview for some of the things that we're going to be offering in 2018. So one of the things that these students get is support from a collaborative and holistic team. And so one of the questions I get is, well, how is that different from the support that all of our students get? And it's not entirely different, other than, for one thing, all of our students in the Honors College have a faculty mentor who's a full-time faculty member and who reaches out from time to time and is just available to answer questions about academics and careers, anything like that. But that this group who you see on the screen, career and alumni advisor, student advisor, faculty mentor, financial aid advisor, they're connecting and collaborating all the time and working with students just to make sure that we're providing an exceptional experience for that student. Students also have a dedicated phone line to contact Honors College advisors. We have a very small, tight-knit group of currently 7 student advisors who serve the Honors College students. 1 from each of the 4 colleges, 1 from the Division of General Education. And then we also have 1 who's dedicated to our corporate partnerships for Honors College and 1 who's dedicated to our community college partnerships. In addition, something that our students really like is the access to AU Connect, which is ordinarily offered exclusively to Ashford's online alumni community. But we give our Honors College students early access to that space where they can interact with alumni. There's also many different career and workforce development opportunities that are offered through AU Connect. So it really is a great privilege for those students. We offer, as part of our mission in the Honors College, we offer a variety of curricular and co-curricular opportunities focused on promoting leadership and workforce development. Something we're really excited about launching in 2018 in partnership with our Career Services Center is a program called Champs on the Market, which is going to provide students enhanced opportunities to basically develop their either their career skills or their preparation for graduate school to really meet them where they are and help them get to the next step. We're in the process of finalizing our Honors College Student Council. So much like any student council, we'll have leadership, we'll have a president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, etc. And that group will meet with the Honors College students who are interested in participating, and then the leadership will meet with me and help drive future direction and initiatives for the Honors College. We offer special recognition for the Honors College at commencement. So beginning with the upcoming commencement in May, we're going to have a special ceremony for our Honors College students where they'll be presented a medallion, and then they'll also have some additional recognition on the day of commencement. Students really do appreciate on their diplomas and transcripts the Honors College designation. It just communicates to employers, to graduate programs, to others in the community that they've had an elevated experience at their institution. And then in 2018, we're getting ready to launch some pretty fantastic benefits. So the first that I've listed is that all students will get membership paid for by Ashford into the National Collegiate Honors Council. There's a lot of benefits that come with that membership, including opportunities to participate in a nationwide organization, to do some writing for them, to attend conferences. There's some other benefits that go along with that. For our veteran students, we're going to offer them membership in Salute, which is the National Veteran Honor Society. One thing I don't have listed here on the screen also is that Honors College students get special access to Forbes events and some of our benefits of the Forbes partnership, including that they'll be able to take the Forbes, what we used to call boot camps, they're being rebranded, but they'll be able to take those self-paced workshops for free as well, beginning in 2018. And then finally, beginning in 2018, all of our Honors College students, upon successful completion of their first Honors College course, will receive an Apple iPad. And that'll help us do some interesting and more innovative things, both inside and outside of the classroom. Getting to the curriculum, another common question we get is what types of curriculum do we offer to students? What is the coursework like? How many courses are there? So I'm happy to break that down. There are basically two different tracks that we offer for our Honors College students. One is called the Honors College Fellows track, and another is called the Honors College Scholars track. And basically, they are identical as far as what happens outside of the classroom. Really, the only difference is the number of courses that those students take. So our Honors College Fellows are able to complete all 6 honors courses, whereas our scholars are only required to take the 3 upper division courses. And the reason that we did 2 separate tracks or experiences is that we wanted to give our students who transfer in a high number of transfer credits an opportunity to still participate in the Honors College. And we recognize that if students who are transferring in, let's say, 80 to 90 credits, they wouldn't be able to fit in 6 unique courses. So we created an experience that caters to them as well. You see the courses listed below. I'm really proud of the development and implementation of these courses. These courses were developed by a team of 13 full-time faculty across Division of General Education and the 4 colleges. And in fact, the majority of the courses were developed by faculty across the colleges. So for instance, our Honors 470 course, Leadership in the 21st Century, was developed by a faculty member in the Forbes School of Business and Technology, as well as a faculty member in the College of Health, Human Services, and Science. So I think it really led to, it just kind of elevated the development, and it led to some really neat collaboration and some interdisciplinary coursework that was involved. And we really did put in lots of unique innovations into the course room around group work, around collaboration, around use of UCU. We have the students do poster presentations, things like that. So we really tried to leverage technology and as many innovative approaches as we could in these course developments. Okay, just a little bit about eligibility and application process. So it's a pretty rigorous application process insofar as to be eligible for enrollment, students must have completed at least 30 credits and have a 3.75 GPA, which is a pretty high GPA requirement. And for students that have less than 30 credits that are interested, they need to complete at least 15 credits here at Ashford with that same 3.75 GPA. And we're really hoping, as I mentioned earlier, not only do we want to attract students with the 4.0s and 3.9 GPAs, but we want to give our students who are maybe in the mid 3s or like a 3.5 GPA, give them something to strive for and give them something to, try to help them get to that 3.75. Awesome. I see Catherine wrote, she's done one letter of recommendation so far. Catherine, thank you so much. And actually, I want to mention something about that. You're not alone in writing letters of recommendation. I really appreciate that. And in fact, we're working on a process right now where we will send a letter basically to everyone who writes a letter of recommendation, thanking them for doing so and providing more information about the Honors College. So we're working on kind of that process right now, but we think it'll be a great way to say thank you to those who write letters of recommendation, and also just to kind of get more of a word out about the Honors College. But as far as the application process, students are required to write a 500 to 700 word essay around what does it mean to be an educated person. They've got to provide a current resume as well as 2 letters of recommendation. And then for students to remain in the Honors College program, they must maintain a 3.5 GPA. That doesn't mean that the second they drop below a 3.5, they're automatically removed. We'll continue to work with them to help them try to get back above a 3.5 GPA. But if a student does drop below a 3.0 GPA, at that time we might look at perhaps a temporary break from the Honors Colleges to help get the student back on track. Another common question we get are what are some of the different opportunities for participation? And there are many, and I'm going to be sending out announcements once these opportunities are more finalized and launched. But as I mentioned earlier, our students already participate in Ashford Alumni Connect or AU Connect, which is kind of the alumni space. And I'm going to be sending out an announcement to all faculty who are interested in joining us in that space. And in the upcoming days, we'll be launching our LinkedIn group for the Honors College, and I'm going to make sure that everyone, particularly who attended this presentation, but anyone who's interested, will be able to join and engage with our Honors College students outside the classroom. And finally, I'm just going to close with some frequently asked questions that I get about the Honors College, and then of course, if you have any questions or comments for me, would love to hear from you. So one of the top questions that students ask is, if I join the Honors College, does it mean I can't be in a certain major, or can I no longer be in the Forbes College of Business or anything like that? And the answer is no. The way we've designed the Honors College is to be extremely flexible, and like I mentioned earlier, it works with any undergraduate major. And in fact, we have just about students from almost every single major here at Ashford. Do Honors College students only take classes with other Honors College students? So for the honors courses, the 3 to 6 courses that I mentioned, the answer to that is yes. But all other courses are taken with all other students. And the reason we do that is because so for one thing, we like offering students the opportunity to take honors courses with just themselves, just so they can have that experience of that elevated level of engagement and interaction. And at the same time, though, we recognize that we want all of our students to have the exposure to our honor students to help raise their level of achievement and performance in the classroom. So we try to provide kind of a blend of where Honors College students take classes just with themselves, but then also with all of the students, both in their majors and across the university. Are Honors College courses more work or harder than non-honors courses? This is a really common question, and sometimes when I talk to students who are thinking about the Honors College, they say, well, I'm a little reluctant because I feel like it's going to be too hard. And we really, so if you ever get that question from a student, you can let them know the courses aren't designed to be harder. Actually, between us, they might even be a little bit easier, but they're really just more meant to incorporate different learning experiences. They're a little bit more interactive in some ways. So they're really actually not more work, just perhaps maybe a little bit kind of different work. And the students seem to be enjoying it so far. Do students have to take more courses to graduate? No. So that's another important consideration, is that graduation requirement here at Ashford is for 120 credits. And we don't want students going over that 120 credit mark. So we encourage students to fit the Honors College coursework, whether it be the 3 courses or the 6 courses, into their curriculum. And for students that have too many credits per se, then we encourage them to not go over the 120. Catherine asks a great question. Do these courses count toward electives as an example? That's a great question. So let's see, can I go back, Paul, to a previous slide. How do I do that? Is it that one? Oh, maybe this one. Oh, this way. Oh, right here. Okay, that's a great question, Catherine, and I should have put this on the slide. So the lower division courses, honors 270, 280, 290, actually substitute for general education subject area requirements. So for honors college students who join us early enough in their Ashford experience can take those courses instead of the gen eds that they might take otherwise, and then therefore it doesn't add any additional credits or elective coursework, etc., nor does it take away from their major. And then for the upper division courses, those do count as electives. And the reason we did that way is because we didn't want any student not to have a required course in their major. So to basically answer your question, the 3 lower divisions count as gen ed requirements, and the 3 upper divisions count as electives. That's a great question. Thank you for asking that. Okay. Are students required, so the next question that gets asked a lot is, are students required to finish the honors college once they've started? And the answer is no. We've had a few students opt out for different reasons. One is they decided initially that they wanted to take a different minor. So they dropped out for that because they just couldn't fit all their honors coursework. Another decided that they wanted to double major. And so again, it didn't make sense for them to also do the honors college. So there's no penalty for opting out, and then they could still continue on in their Ashford experience. And they're also able to opt back in, as we have one student who opted out for a short time and has decided they want to opt back in. As I mentioned, there's no additional cost with being in the honors college. And students ask all the time, well, if I do the honors college, does that mean I can't do other honor societies or other opportunities that are offered by Ashford? And we really encourage our students to do other things. In fact, many of our honors college students also participate as CHAMPS mentors, as an example, where they're providing peer mentoring for other students, and they're just engaged in a variety of other different activities and experiences outside the classroom. That's partly why they were attracted to the honors college, and while we wanted to accept them into the experience. And finally, just for more information, I listed our website, and we're in the process of revising it, but it's got a lot of great information, and it reiterates a lot of the information I shared earlier in this presentation. So I think we've got about 8 minutes left. If there are any questions or comments, I'm happy to take them. We have a pretty intimate sized group here today, so we can also do kind of a group chat discussion if we want, or we can end a few minutes early and take a short break before our next TLC session. But I'll pause here for about 30 seconds and just see if anyone has a question. Dan, great question. Is there any noticeable pattern in where honors college students are coming from so far? So the vast majority of our students are existing students. And as I mentioned earlier, there are students across all programs, and the enrollment breakdown is kind of similar to the overall enrollment of the institution. So when you think about the kind of the biggest academic programs, business administration, psychology, healthcare administration, those types of things, that's kind of where the majority of our students are coming. Lately, we've been seeing a trend where we're getting a higher percentage of Forbes, students from the Forbes School of Business and Technology. And something that's pretty exciting to me, the other kind of trend or pattern, is that we're getting students who are coming in earlier in their Ashford experience. So when we first launched the Honors College, we were getting kind of the more experienced students who were closer to graduation, only really able to take those 3 scholar upper division courses, and didn't really have a lot of time to engage in some of the co-curricular opportunities that we're offering. But the trend is that we're getting students now much earlier in their Ashford experience who are opting to take the full 6 courses and to really engage in all the different things we're offering outside the classroom. Is there a breakdown between military and non-military students? I think I did not include, so that's a great question, Ryan. I didn't include that in this presentation. We have about, I'm going to draw this from memory. I just looked at this data the other day. we have about 10, it ranges between 10 to 15% of our students are currently identified as military students. And then we have about 5% who are identifying as veteran students right now. So we have a pretty fair representation of military and veteran students, and we really want to enhance that. So we're gonna work on some different things. As I mentioned earlier, we're offering the Salute membership to our veteran students, and we're just going to continue to explore, different things that we can make that we can do to help make the Honors College even more special for our military student population. And Ryan, if you or anyone else has any suggestions for doing that, please let me know. And we're going to have a session actually with our military students in the Honors College to kind of get a sense from them of how it's going, and if there's anything more that we can be doing to kind of further enhance their experience. I'll also mention the way that we designed the 6 courses in the Honors College. They're very flexible for our military students, such that if they are deployed or in the course of activities where they need to take a few days away, it really is okay, and we kind of design those courses that way. Great question. Yeah, Catherine, so that's great that you teach in Forbes, and yeah, we're seeing a lot. We're seeing, it's a dance question. One of the trends is we're seeing an increased enrollment and participation from our Forbes students, which is great. And we had the Forbes Distinguished Speaker Series a couple of weeks ago. Steve Forbes presented. The live stream of that was offered, I believe, to all Ashford students, and I know at least a handful of our honor students attended that presentation and had some dialogue about it afterward, which was great. I mentioned some of the opportunities and special events that our students attend. Not only are they attending TLC, but they attended Women's Week. They're attending the Black Lives Matter course that was referenced in a couple different sessions yesterday. So they really are active and engaged, and we want to keep that momentum going for them. I see we've got about 2.5 minutes left. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more questions or comments, if there are any. If not, I just want to take this opportunity to thank all of you. I want to thank Paul Schultz for helping to moderate this session. I don't know how you all feel. I presented a fair number of conferences, and this one is just so well run and so organized and really delightful to be a part of. So Paul, thanks to you. And yeah, Dan, I agree. And just thanks to everyone who's participating. Catherine, thanks for all your great questions and comments. Catherine, also, and to all of you, feel free to email me anytime as you get emails and questions, and please continue to write letters of recommendation for our students who are interested. And I'm actually this afternoon going to be recording a dialer, which is basically a recorded message that's going to go out to many students who are eligible for the Honors College and to encourage them to get enrolled. So I'm actually going to be doing that later this morning. So. But as I mentioned, thanks to all of you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And like I mentioned, please feel free to contact me anytime with any additional comments, questions,